Hi. Guys, oh, I see. I forgot to turn the light out. Yes, burnt mink sausages. Yeah, chicken. It was good too. Not worth losing a tooth over, but that's okay. I'll go to the dentist tomorrow. Get that fixed. I love me some Texas toast, especially for breakfast. Oh, shut up. It's only burnt on one side. So in the process of making one huge order over the past couple of days, I've been watching a lot of different movies. So last night I watched one about Merlin and King Arthur, but it was when they were like first born, and Merlin went off into the forest, and Arthur did something. I already forgot. He got like kicked out, so he went into the forest. Oh no, he helped a lady get something out of the water, and then he stumbled in getting out of the water. He bent over and picked up the sword. And in that one, they didn't have the lady of the lake reaching her hand out. Pretty cool. So, he goes on to tell a story about him and Merlin getting together, blah, blah, blah. There's an interesting view from what we normally see. Is my point for bringing this up today. You believe in magic? And no, I'm not talking about voodoo, hoodoo, wish stuff. I'm just saying, do you believe in magic? The manipulation of energy is what I can't think of his name now. Called it. Oh, that's so bad. Faith, prayer. Doesn't really need a title, but it was interesting. And then I watched some other sorcery movie. I like sorcery movies because, I'm a spiritualist, so I relate magic to spiritualism because I know, even though my granny's on the other side, I know she still hears me and brings me things and does things for me, like bringing me a teacher. I know according to the DNA Ancestry.com people, I'm Cameroon and Nigeria. I never felt like that. I always felt more Asian. And something mystical, like Celtic type stuff, even though I don't know a lot about that. So, no matter, I believe I should do what I feel. So, and don't get me wrong, of course I like my DNA stuff, but I just feel closer to other stuff. So, I have 2 teachers that I asked the universe to send me. One to teach me more about Cameroon. That really fascinates me now. and the other to teach me about Celtic stuff. I mean, really, do I have to be just one thing? No. It's like when I was in college, when I was going to college in 79. Yeah, a long time ago, huh? Just yesterday. I asked Miss Williams, and I'll never forget this conversation. I could feel like I'm there now. And she said, okay, what do you want your major to be? And I'm like, because back then I wanted to be a go-go dancer. I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a counselor. I wanted to be, I didn't know, a part of the sciences. Oh, I love science. Even though I never got good grades in science, but I love science. And she says, no, you have to pick just one. And I'm like, why? Because that's just how it goes. You pick one thing and you go and study for that. Well, I didn't end up doing a lot of that. Well, I studied, all the ologies, psychology, sociology. Those are really fun. And for many, many years, of course, I studied theology. So, excuse me, anywho, ended up going to school for ASL interpreter. Yeah, I was going to go to Ohlone and then Gallaudet and be an interpreter for the deaf. Yeah, well, life happens and it takes you someplace else. So, do you think that it's just coincidence, or do you think it's what do you call it? Synchronicity? I think that's the word I'm looking for. What do you think it is that brings stuff together that you ask for? What do you call that? I think I just like saying it's magic because I like freaking people out. Because a lot of people don't believe in same stuff I believe in. Which is good, because then we can have dialogue about whatever you believe in. And then I can learn more, huh? So beautiful. But isn't life beautiful? Really? I mean, you're watching this on some device, so life can't be that bad. You have that device to use as a tool. Which, if you think about it, even what? Well, 1991, Mac came out. And that was magic, that you can look into a box and type on a keyboard and see across the world. But I bet somebody thought that was demon worship too. Maybe it's just a little girl in me that thinks anything's possible, which I really believe that. For good, not talking about that negative stuff. And I know that we all have the magic to help each other heal. And I can be happy. So nice. I mean, isn't it magical that you can just look at somebody smile and they instantly feel better? Now, what would you call that? I'll wait. Even if you call it a prayer, isn't that a form of energy manipulation? Sure, we're asking Source, whatever you want to call it, to bring us this, or to do this, or to do that. That's a manipulation of energy, no? Same as the crystals, same as the plants. They give off stuff we need to breathe, and boy, that's not a big energy something. I don't know what is. Could be magical. Mm. So, no, you can't have my sausages. I'm gonna leave them on my plate and eat them for dinner before they get hard. Sorry, I thought that dove, pigeon, whatever was gonna fly right through my window. I know they're smarter than that. Food for thought. Food for thought. The link is below. Oh, and to those of you that, thank you for the love and support. I need that. Thank you. Thank you for helping the old lady have a good second half of life. You know, I don't know what you're doing, but just move. Stop asking me that. Oh, I see Eating with Kay and her handsome hubby made a video this morning. Eating with Kay, I love you. I love you like a fat Kay loves cake. Whatever you want to call it, it is what it is, as the kids say nowadays. Just use it for good and keep on using it to heal and better yourself, to heal and better the world, to just bring good to somebody's life, especially if yours is being grumpy and piss poor. And yes, you should always be good to yourself first, because everything stems from self. Love, value, appreciation, blah, 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 blah. And yet, fake it till you make it. We always have something to give. And you say, but Tasha, I don't have it. Yes, you do. You can always give a word of praise. Girl, you look good in that dress, even if you don't even like that person. It's the pebble in the pond that ripples, gets to the side, and it comes back to you. Right? Yeah, it does. So let's make some ripples. I love you, and I think you're the most wonderful thing that happened to me in my life this lifetime. And I'm going to get off of here, get my altar set up for, I meant to talk about the new moon. do you believe in the full moon? The full moon that's coming on 12/12 at 12:12 a.m. Yes, I will be up, and I will more than likely be live. Excuse me, showing you. What do you want to save battery? Keep away from the NFC tag or credit card. My PayPal card thing. Okay, thanks. I'll keep each other separate. What are we going to do for the full moon? Do you believe in the full moon? If not, why? Because, the universe was here long before we were, long before Jesus was. So that energy, that moon energy, we women have our cycles, and our cycles usually go with the flow, ebb and flow of the oceans. Did you not know? Yeah. So even if you have a not good one like I've had all my life, praise God it stopped. You could look more into that. Have a happy day. Instead of it's here, Auntie Flo is here, blah, 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 blah. Well, rejoice, because somebody ain't got no auntie, and somebody wants an auntie, especially if they wanted, children. If they wanted, I don't know, we put a lot of emphasis on things that make us feel certain ways. So for a lot of women, I know it makes them feel like a woman to have their cycle. And you can still put your cycles according to the moon cycles, which go according to the ebb and flow of the oceans. Food for thought. Okay, get out of here. Go have an awesome day. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye.